Happy Friday Fire, guys. Last 2 weeks, we had special guests, and we're going to continue to have guests come on and do Friday Fire. This week, I didn't get a guest in time, and hopefully some people eventually will volunteer and send some requests in, but we will be patient. I pray and I hope that eventually people will start sending some in to encourage us on Friday Fire. But today I'm going to bring a special encouragement. Today I want to talk about change. And so, are you the type of person that loves change or hates it? Because everything changes around us. People change, mindsets change, your relationship with people change, your surroundings change, everything changes around you. And so, if our goal is to become more like Jesus Christ, that requires us to change. If that's the goal, and in doing so, it helps us become our greatest version of ourselves by becoming more like Christ, are you going to stop yourself from being the greatest version of yourself just because you don't want to embrace it? And so I just want to encourage y'all today to embrace change. Don't stop yourself to become the greatest version of yourself because you don't like change. And different seasons calls for us to change. There's a season in my life where before I lived on my own, I lived with my parents. And I was making money, not as much as this, but a little less. And I was able to do almost whatever I wanted with it, basically. But now that I have an apartment, I got to pay rent, I got to pay for my food, I got to do all these other things. I have responsibilities now. Now that calls me to change and have a different mindset. I can't just really squander it anymore because I have responsibilities. And the responsibilities were actually a blessing. And so in Luke 12:48, it says, to whom much is given, much is required. And so we're called to be good stewards. And in me being blessed, it calls me to change my mindset on how I use my money. Speaking of just that, Jesus is the only one to stay the same. Actually, it says in Hebrews 13:8, it says Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. So he's the same. We are supposed to be more like him. So we need to change. And so I just encourage you today just to embrace the change, whatever that may be in your life. Maybe it's you have to have a different relationship with different people. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you're about to go to college for some of you. I don't know what it is, but embrace it because it's going to make you and equip you to be a better person in the long run that you're supposed to be. And I'm going to just give this last scripture. Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time of peace. So change is going to happen. That just showed you change is going to happen. My question is, are you going to embrace it?